Imagine waking up tomorrow and you don't remember anything. Not your name, not where you live, not who you love. Now, imagine that this isn't just you. It's everyone on Earth. Every memory erased. The world would look the same, but civilization itself would be shattered. So, what would actually happen if all human memories were erased? At the very first moment, chaos would explode. Doctors would forget how to treat patients. Pilots mid-flight would forget how to land planes. Drivers would forget what the red light means, causing massive crashes in seconds. People would wake up surrounded by strangers, even if they were their own families, and feel pure confusion and fear. Cities would echo with sirens, screaming, and the sound of collapsing infrastructure. In just the first hour, the death toll would skyrocket as technology we rely on, from nuclear power plants to hospitals, falls into total disarray. But beyond the chaos, there's something even scarier. Humans wouldn't even understand language, because language is a memory. Without it, people couldn't even speak, read, or write. Billions of people would wander the streets like lost children, unable to communicate. By the second day, hunger and thirst would set in. With no memories, no one would know how to cook food, operate water systems, or even recognize which plants are safe to eat. Supermarkets would be full of supplies, but people wouldn't even know what food is or how to open a can. Money would become meaningless overnight. Even if you found gold or cash, you wouldn't remember why it's valuable. All social structures, governments, businesses, armies would completely dissolve. Every person would be reduced to a primitive state, driven only by instincts, fear, hunger, and survival. Think about modern medicine. Without memory, doctors are gone, so simple injuries could kill. A broken bone or infected wound would become a death sentence. By the end of the first week, most cities would be burning or abandoned. Humanity would be dragged back thousands of years in a matter of days. Over time, small groups would form, based purely on instinct. People would cluster together for protection, like tribes of early humans. Without memories, they wouldn't know about history, religion, or even their own families. Every culture, every tradition, erased forever. Tools would still exist, cars, buildings, phones, but to these new humans, they'd look like strange artifacts. A lighter might be seen as magic. A gun might just be a shiny metal stick with no purpose. Without understanding, technology would become useless relics, slowly rusting away. Even reading books wouldn't help, because no one would remember how to read. The knowledge of thousands of years would vanish overnight. It would be like humanity had to start over from zero. After generations, humans would begin to rebuild, but differently this time. New languages would slowly form. New myths and beliefs would rise, not based on truth, but on guesses about the mysterious ruins of the old world. Imagine a child centuries later holding a smartphone, worshiping it as a relic of the gods. Skyscrapers might be seen as sacred temples built by ancient giants. The modern world would become legend, like Atlantis or ancient myths today. But here's the dark twist. Humans might never rediscover the truth about who they once were. Even if they rebuilt technology, they'd have no way of knowing they were simply reclaiming what they had lost. So, what would this mean for you? Every memory you've ever made, your childhood, your friends, your greatest achievements, would vanish in an instant. You'd still be alive, but would you still be you without your memories? Or would you just be a stranger inhabiting the same body? And here's the haunting part. If this reset happened over and over again, civilizations might have already risen and fallen countless times before us, and we'd never know. Maybe this isn't the first human world. Maybe it's just the latest version, and one day, it will all be erased again. So tell me, if you knew every memory in the world could disappear tomorrow, what would you want to remember the most?